So here we are again. This time we're going to take a look at the French deck, available cards. So the French are pretty good in Wargame Escalation, European Escalation, the previous game. So you'd expect them to be reasonably good in this one. Looks like you only have one option for command. That's interesting. I might have chosen the wrong bonus. I have to go back and choose a new bonus, I think. Maybe we'll have to just get rid of our bonus. I have to delete... Ooh, what is the deck I just made? Oh, well, that's weird. We'll just have to make it again. So we'll just call it Blue Squadron. And we're going to make it French. And we're going to make it... we'll just go with all then, I guess. Okay. Now we get some more. So I chose Mechanized before, and that was preventing me getting the VAB PC. It's very quick, the VAB. So it makes it a very popular choice. Want that to be our command. And of course, the more or less mandatory logistics. In this you have the Puma. I never bring the command helicopters, of course. I just hate them. So we can bring the logistic helicopter as well. And a forward operating base. So those are sort of the standard base. The Puma is sort of like the Chinook, but faster, but carries less supply. So the French infantry are pretty good in the old game. You can send them in the VABs, which we'll probably stick with. I think they're faster than the basic vehicle. Yeah. Ooh. You get on with a little gun in it, but I don't see the point. So we're going to select this one. Seems a bit laggy at the moment, not sure why. And should we bring another one? Just to make sure we have enough ATGM. Why not? Chasseurs, I always bring these guys. Maybe we'll try some Foreign Legion as well. I don't know who the Rim A are, I don't remember them in the old game. They look like similar sort of improved infantry units. We'll pass on them. Sappers, quite handy with the flamethrowers. There seems to be no anti-air. All the decks seem to have a bit of a weakness somewhere at the moment, apart from the American one. So no anti-air units. So of course the French have the Roland, which is pretty good. Although you don't get many of them. So we're probably going to have to buy both. They have some anti-air machine guns though, which we'll definitely bring. They're quite handy because some of the aircraft have anti-radar type defences, which mean that you need to have the sort of manual firing guns to deal with it. Yeah, we want to bring the yeah, I think that's good. So we bought some artillery and one of each of the kinds of anti-air. Let's now come on to the tanks. So the French tanks in general in European escalation at least were generally fast but lightly armoured tanks, and I think that's still true. So which one shall we bring? Problem is that against the Pact, most of these tanks just get absolutely hammered. Well, when I control them anyway. However, we'll bring some. This one has some missiles. I quite like having the missile ones. They're not as good as the Pact versions, but can still be handy. Bring some of these heavier tanks as well. So recon. So generally I used to bring these tank ones, but I think they give away their own position too often really. You should always bring a recon helicopter. And we'll bring some commandos, I guess. Commandos power. Maybe we want the cheap ones. But they only have very good optics. Do you guys have better optics? No. Okay. And maybe we will bring the old tank one, just because it looks cool. In terms of vehicles, the French have some pretty good anti-tank weapons. So we'll bring the AMX Hots and the Milan Jeeps. These are the mainstay of the old game. I just always bring these. And the Mephisto as well. So tons of anti-tank firepower at our disposal. We can even bring some. I don't remember the Celtic one. They don't seem to be as good though. We'll bring the Hots. I'll bring 2 of the Hots. Getting there now. Now we're onto the planes. So the French Mirage, I think, is quite a famous fighter. So I think we'll probably want the all-round version of the Mirage, I guess. And do they have any cheap bombers? I tend to prefer cheap bombers just because, well, you either have a choice between really expensive ones, which are more likely to survive, and more basic ones, which you can afford to lose. I tend to go with the ones which I can just afford to lose. So I think the anti-radar missiles will track things which fire which shoot down planes, like the equivalent to the Rolands on the pack side, like the Tunguskas, for example. Maybe we'll bring something to intercept enemy fighters. We've got 3 points left, so we might as well bring another all-rounder, maybe? Is that an all-rounder? Which one would we get? Do we get the SF one? Maybe we should just get a pair of the more elite ones. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And there's our French deck, Blue Squadron. Looks pretty balanced. A bit short on anti-infantry, but we have tons of ATGM. Do the job.